Good morning, CDT day 81. And for some reason, I am very tired this morning. I got up around 6:30 a.m. for morning bathroom break, and I was like, oh, that's the perfect time to pack up camp. But that bed's looking pretty good, and now it's almost 9. So, I'm gonna have some water, have some breakfast, and then I'll start packing up camp. But I'm probably not gonna get out till like 9:30 or something like that. But that's okay. They got a beautiful day ahead of me, and some ridge walking, so there should be some excellent sights and mountains and stuff like that. So it'll work out just fine. This is also the view I get to wake up to this morning directly from my tent. So I've been laying and watching that for a while I've been dozing in and out of sleep. So comfortable right now. Oh. So what's on the breakfast menu today? Well, I'm back to Reese's Wraps. For those that don't remember, that is peanut butter, Nutella, on some tortillas. I got these little small street taco tortillas because they're a little bit lighter, and I can have, some small ones. And if I want to have more than one, it's easier to make, a couple of them. That way I don't have to eat one big one. So the Reese's Wraps have returned. I figure it'd be good to have a little bit of peanut butter for some extra protein in the morning. And they're just so darn delicious. Kids, you can try this at home, but no juicing. Alright, I am all packed up and ready to get going on my day. So it's just 10 of 10. So I've been a bad boy. Not even starting till like 10 a.m. So I'm going to have to start pushing out some miles so I can at least get a pretty good grip on today, since yesterday I didn't do as many miles as I wanted to. But at least I got some climbing in at the end of the day, which I almost didn't do. So now, starting out, I have a 1,000 foot climb to the highest point of the moment of the morning. And that's a lot better than 2,300, so at least I got that going for me. So yeah, we'll get this climb started and finally get back on the official CDT once I hit this pass up here in about 700 feet in 0.7 miles. Oh yeah, this is pretty steep, but making my way. Views just get better and better as I go up. Whew. Welcome to the Vasquez Peak Wilderness and Arapahoe National Forest. Excellent. And I believe that ends my 1,000 foot climb for the morning. So now I get to go down, snake through, go down that way, around that, down, and then probably back up into there. So I got down for a little while before I have another like 2,000 plus foot climb. Got a little bit of snow to traverse here and there, but it's all pretty hard packed, so it's easy to walk on. We've got a squeaker. I'm stopped at this beautiful little stream to enjoy a snack before I head up on this climb. The decent, not good but not bad news is that it's only about 1,100 feet, so it's not a 2,000 foot climb. The bad news is it's a mile, so it's going to be 1,000 feet per mile, which is the last time I had something that steep was Hope Pass, and that kicked my butt. But Hope Pass was 2,500 feet, so I get to do less than half of that. But 1,100 feet will take me to this summit, and then there'll be a little more ups and downs. But in 5 miles, there will be I'll be going down and crossing a highway, and apparently there's a warming hut there with like heated bathrooms and like a shelter for you to hang out in and stuff like that. So I think that's a good place to have a late lunch, but I probably won't get there until about 4. I just summited 1,100-foot climb over 1.1 miles, and I did not stop, so I'm pretty happy with myself. It must be a mental thing that I'm taking on a challenge, because I'll go through trails that are like 400 feet per mile and I'll stop 100 times, but as soon as I hear 1,000 feet per mile, I'm all the way up, baby. So it's got to be mental for sure. Looks like I'm heading out of Vasquez Peak Wilderness, so before I go, I'll get one more decent panorama. And that right up there is where I'm headed next. Another big climb. Losing massive amounts of elevation descending down to the highway that goes over the pass. And apparently this is where the warming shelter is. So I'll probably hang out there, make some lunch before the next big climb. Alright, so now I'm at Berthoud Pass. It's an elevation of like 11.7, something like that. But down there is the warming shelter. Doesn't have any water or electricity or anything. It's just some bathrooms, but it's nice to have those. And you know, if you're caught in a storm or something, it's really nice to have that available. But I'm just gonna have some lunch before the next climb, so I'm looking at some Reese's wraps, or now they're Reese's tacos, so, and maybe some cranberries. Alright, I had a little lunch, went to the bathroom, took some TP for my kit, because I've almost forgot that I'm almost out. So got a little extra to at least get me to Grand Lake. So I'm glad I remembered that. Collected some water for this climb coming up. It looks to be about, I think, like an 1,800 foot climb. Not quite 2,000, but it's a big one. And this pass is 11,300 feet. I just double checked. And if you're doing the math, I am going over 13,000 feet on this next mountain summit. Based on the distance, it's looking like it's about an average of 700 feet per mile. So steep, but not quite as steep as the 1,000 feet per mile I did earlier, and the one on Hope Pass. So the bad news is I'm a little past halfway my day, but it's like 4:30 right now. The good news is this climb coming up is the last big one of the day. So if I can get up and over this, and then up over, I believe another one's going to be like 200, 250 feet. If I do those two climbs, the rest is downhill all the way to camp. So I should be able to make better speeds. So it's 4:30. I need to do 10 miles with elevation. If I can average a little more than 2 miles per hour, I should be able to get to camp before sunset. See how it goes. Whew. Alright, this climb's kicking my butt a little bit, but just had a little hiker celebrity run-in. I just ran into Jabba, who was the real hiking Viking. A lot of you guys that follow hiking videos might already know him, but he just did the Jordan Trail not too long ago, and he's done a lot of through hikes. Really cool dude, but I'm not one to get up in people's face when they're well known or relatively well known. So I just said, hey, love your channel, and that was it. So, but it's pretty cool to meet him. Nice guys, even though it's just like a 20-second exchange of he and his buddy, who also has a YouTube channel, which unfortunately I don't know. He's probably pretty popular as well, but super nice guys. So that was pretty cool. Now to keep on climbing this something or other. Well, I'm currently atop Mount Flora. elevation 13,123 feet. This is officially the highest elevation that I have ever climbed, and I'm not sure what's going to beat it, because I took the Silverthorn alternate, which was great in so many ways, except that I don't get to summit Gray's Peak, which is the tallest point on the CDT, and it's a 14er. But for now, I'll take this. Mount Flora, 13,123 feet. And it's a beautiful day to be doing it. It's getting a little cloudier, but still nothing menacing yet. And even at 13,000, I'm feeling maybe like mid 50s, low 60s degrees. So it's incredibly good temperature for an elevation like this. But just in case the wind gets bad or there's some storms, people have built these little shelters here, so you can do a little bit of a storm bivvy. So really excited to be up here, really excited to be done with my last big climb of the day. I still have to do about a 250 foot climb somewhere in here. It's probably, where am I? It's probably to get on top of that, because I have to go down and then up to it, and then down all the way to camp. And then, you know, if I get there with the energy that I'm feeling right now, I might even go partially up the next climb to make it easier for myself tomorrow morning. But I don't have to stick to my schedule, so we'll see how that goes. But here we are, highest elevation for me. Pretty darn excited, guys, pretty darn excited. Oh man, this is a pretty cool life. It's pretty darn cool. The marmots are getting closer, and they're circling. I don't know how much time I have left. If you get this video, please tell my family. I love them. Well, currently moving at a faster than normal pace because I spent a fair amount of time on top of Mount Flora because I found some cell signal. So I just wanted to have a little update with some people on social media. And now it's a little after 7 p.m. and I have, 7 miles to camp. So looks like I'm going to be getting there after dark. But the cool thing is I get to see stuff like this. The sunset playing on the rock walls of this mountain ridge. So cool. And that's Mount Flora up there, all the way to the left. That's what I just summited. Oh, so awesome out here. And it's downhill pretty much all the way to camp. Making my way back down into the valley. I'm actually making pretty good time. I'm cruising. It's 8:30 p.m. right now, and I'm about 2 miles away from camp. But at my current pace, I'll be there before the ambient light is gone. As long as no moose pops out. Doesn't this look like some pretty prime moose territory? Whew. Alright, I made it to camp. I am in bed. All my camp is set up, and it's about 9:30 right now. I am just going to make some dinner. It's going to be the classic mashed potato bowl with chicken, because I definitely want to get a lot of carbs and protein in after a long day today. So, just shy of 12 hours today, and I did 22.3 miles and almost exactly 6,000 feet of elevation gain. So today was a pretty big day. Lots of climbing, but lots of excellent, beautiful views, and met some really cool people, and had a good time. So I am learning to dial down my food, that like I should be eating before big climbs, and I should be eating more often, because that gives me more energy later in the day. Because coming down to camp, I was almost trail running at some points coming down the hill, just like going quick, and I had that energy because I stopped and took the time to make a lunch. And sometimes I just don't have lunch, so I'm really hoping that this starts something new for me, and making sure that I have energy before every big climb. We had about 3 major climbs today that were pretty big, whether they were lots of elevation change or they were steep or both. So I'm pretty pooped, but pretty excited to have done that many miles with that much elevation. And there should be more to come tomorrow. I also had some pretty cool milestones today, like getting back on the official CDT, getting over mile marker 1,300 on the CDT, even though, I'm not that far. That's just what the mile marker is. Reaching the highest elevation point in my life to date on Mount Flora. And I think there's some other ones in there, but those are the main ones. So this is a really, really cool day, and I had some fun and saw some awesome stuff, and I hope you did too. So I got some photos. You can check them out, and then we'll see you tomorrow. All right.